go ahead and kick this one off. And what are your thoughts on the Seahawks 0-1 going against the Lions 1-0 for the first time? And I'm gonna have to look it up, but this is the first time they're 1-0 in week 2 in some time. And they're a 5.5 point favorite going into this week's game, 50.5 over and under. Jeff, what are your thoughts on this game and who wins this game?
I had a 5.5 with a 51. Now it's a 47 with a 6. Tyler Lockett in concussion protocol. I mean, this was a Seahawks team leading at half that just got manhandled by the best show on surf, by Puka Nuku, whatever you want to call him, Tutu Atwell, Mr. Donald himself. I mean, just manhandled that offensive line and Geno Smith. Now, what I did here is I got cute. I bought the half point. I took the Seahawks to 6. Don't forget the Lions with a couple extra days rest. Their place will be rocking. I expect the Lions to win this game. I'm just hoping the Seahawks can keep it close with the +6 here, Pops, but would not be surprised at all if the Lions get out early. Should be a big Gibbs day. Should be a big Montgomery day. St. Brown will probably have a bazillion catches. It's just a matter of, is it the first half Seahawks team that shows up or the second half? If it's that second half Seahawks team that shows up, this game will get ugly early, Pops.
Well, Jeff, I am with you on this. I feel like what we do here is we put ourselves in a position where we have a and sorry, there you guys go, Jeff, +6 buying a point. So I feel like Geno Smith, the glass slipper he was wearing, it's broken. And I think that we're about to be introduced to the real Geno Smith. We're about to be introduced to the guy who's been a backup for the last decade. And Pete Carroll and the front office just got to keep it real. They played it cheap. They overspent for a lot of years on a lot of players. And they're trying to get a team together where they don't have to overspend on players. Because let's keep it real. When Seattle's not in the playoffs, when Seattle's not winning a lot of games, they're one of the more irrelevant teams in the NFL. Let's keep it real. All right, let's just be honest about that. Yeah, they got a great fan base, but those people live in Washington, So, when they're good, people in California claim them, people in Oregon claim them. But when they're not good, they're just another team in the NFL. And I feel like the Seahawks are still trying to build something with what they have left with Pete Carroll. And so instead of enriching Pete Carroll with a great quarterback, they give him a guy who's just good enough. And he has probably a top 5 wide receiver core. And your quarterback can't be like this with a top 5 wide receiver core. Yes, the Rams did a great job playing defense, but Geno was ineffective as well, too, at the same time. And so there's a lot of thoughts that you have about the Seahawks team going into the game. But I'm going to give them another chance this week because I feel like the Lions are going to be a little bit too much of America's favorite. Everybody feels like right after you've seen a team get dismantled the way that the Seahawks did, they'll walk into Ford Field and absolutely get crushed because, the Lions got themselves a 1-point victory over a shorthanded Chiefs team on Thursday Night Football. First game of the season, pageantry games. And this is what I keep going. We're not going to win a Super Bowl in week 1. You win, it's a week by week process. So this is another game. This is a new game. And this is a different type of scenario. And with the history Seattle has against Jared Goff, they should be in good shape defensive-wise because they know his tendencies. And I just don't feel like the Lions have that absolute playmaker. They got a lot of really, really good working players. They're all good moving parts. But who's going to step up and be the man on Sunday? That's my biggest question. You know what I mean? And so I feel like DK Metcalf, Geno Smith, JSN, they're going to be big on Sunday. But hopefully they can get a little bit of Zach Charbonnet going as well, too, because I'm thinking about starting him. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm taking the Seahawks with you plus 5.5. And as I said before, I'm going to say it right here on this show. I feel like Seattle will probably be one of the more popular money line dog bet plays of the week as well, too. Let's just keep it real because Detroit, when's the last time they won a home opener? Think about that part as well. Trends stay trending in the NFL. And we both know this, Jeff. So we'll have to see because with the Lions, it's a show and prove situation week in and week out, in my opinion.
I agree.
All right. So we are now at our point of taking our first break of the show. And so when I get back and when Jeff gets back, we're going to jump into some more early games. And you guys stay tuned to the NFL Bet Exchange with the one and only Pop Dibiase.